Hello, everyone. This is MR Anglin, and welcome to Created to Create podcast. And like I said last time, I say it's a podcast, but it's really just me talking, it's giving my thoughts about things. And today, I wanted to talk about something that happened to me the other day. It's actually something that's very near to my heart as a creator. It's about rest. And I am a firm believer that resting in your creative journey, because creativity is such an enjoyable endeavor that it often seems like you don't need to rest because you're having so much fun doing it that you just want to keep doing it. You don't want to stop. But rest is really important, and I'm a firm believer that if you don't rest, then you'll burn out. Basically, I think that writer's block, because I'm a writer, so I think that writer's block is the reason for writer's block is because we're taught in school, when we go to writing school, you writers write every day. That's the mantra that they give us. Writers write every day. And I think that is just a recipe for burnout and writer's block, because if you don't rest your creativity, it will burn out. Basically, it's like a muscle that you exercise. If you're trying to build muscle and you exercise every day, you'll actually just tear down the muscle without giving it a chance to rest. The muscle won't be able to build back stronger. That's what actually builds muscle, is tearing it down and letting it build back stronger through rest. When you have a trainer, that's what they say. When you have an exercise regimen, that's what they say. They say you need to rest a certain time, like a certain day, the day of rest. You don't do an exercise, and that's what helps you grow muscle. Anyway, getting off track. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in resting. And I always thought that I was a good rester. I thought that, I don't write on the weekends. I take my time off. I thought I was good at it, but I'm coming to realize that I'm not, because I think I mentioned it before. I've been going through this creative block for about going on 2 years now. It's not writer's block because I'm still able to write. I have no problem writing, but I have a problem with motivation to write and with the passion to write. I can't seem to get any ideas. The ideas I have, they don't seem to work in a story setting. And even when I try to sit down and write, after a while, I just lose motivation and I don't want to finish the story anymore. So I've been dealing with that. It's slowly getting better, but it forced me to stop because I couldn't. Maybe that's writer's block. I don't know. When I asked one of my writing teachers what writer's block was, she seemed to say, she just said, you'd know it when you see it, when you experience it. She seemed to think, it seemed to me that it was, you can't write. Like, you try to write, you know what you want to write, but you cannot write. You just can't. So I don't know. Maybe I do have writer's block, which brings me back to what happened the other day. I was looking for something, a piece of information, and I was searching for hours. I could not find it. And so a couple days later, I came back and it was right there. I was like, what? I thought I was going crazy because it was literally right there. And somebody told me, yeah, that happens when you're tired. If you feel you need a break, take a break. And for some reason, when she said that, I'm like, but I thought I was really good at taking breaks. I thought I was really good at resting and not overworking myself in the creative side. But then I realized maybe I'm not. Maybe this creative block was a result of me not resting properly. Like I said, I don't write on the weekends. I try to not, but I do always, my creativity was always going. I was always thinking about a story or thinking about something. So maybe resting is not just the act of physically writing. Maybe it is also the act of mentally creating, thinking of the stories in your head. And through this creative block, I really had nothing thinking of. So I don't know. I guess the whole thing, my conclusion, the moral of the story is take a break. If you're creative, take a break. It is okay to take a break. If you don't, your mind will force you to take a break. Your creativity wasn't made to go 24/7 for years and years and years. Nothing is made to go that long. In fact, when God created, he rested on the seventh day to give us a model that we need to rest. So yeah, just take a break. It's okay. You don't have to keep going with your creativity. This world will have you going and going until you break down and you like collapse. don't do it. Take a break. It's okay. That's all I wanted to say for today. Thank you for listening. I hope you had a good time listening to me ramble on and on and on. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had a creative block or a writer's block or any kind of artistic block. I know it can be devastating. I know it's been frustrating for me. Like I said, it's slowly getting better. I'm getting more ideas. They're not quite the level of the ones I want to write yet, but I'm coming up with some ideas. So I better take my own advice and make sure to rest myself. Anyways, thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.